If you just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's talk about it. Hey, yo, GMS fam, the green room. What's going on, y'all, man? Happy Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. I'm so confused, man. That's what happens when you have the 4th of July weekend happen and it falls on a fucking Tuesday, and then you gotta have people that go to work on Monday and then have the next day off, make it feel like it was a Friday on Monday, but it really wasn't. It was really a Monday, and then you turn to a Tuesday, and everybody trying to get fucked up and have a good time and do fireworks, stay up all night. The next thing you know, you gotta go to work the next fucking day. Everybody's discombobulated, but at least we're here, and I hope that every single one of y'all had an amazing weekend with your family, got to kick it with everybody, got to smack a couple badass kids in the back of the head for doing too much. That's what it's all about. Fuck all the other shit that they talking about and all this independence of America, all that bullshit. Fuck that shit. I hope y'all had a great 4th of July weekend and celebrated how you wanted to. It didn't have to be about America. It just had to be about togetherness. It's too much negative shit going on in the world, man. We gotta stay getting together. That's one thing I notice is that when it comes to certain things, I know people like to remind people like, yo, these times aren't that great to be celebrated, and it was this and that, and indigenous people and black Americans and slaves and all that shit. As important as that is, it's also a way to deter people from getting together and doing what they should do or could do with their families. So I'm hoping that y'all continue to do so, man. Fuck whatever they try to make it about or what they want to try to say it's about. We all know what America is like. As long as y'all was in good spirits and y'all did what y'all was supposed to do and had a good time, I fuck with that, man. So, as always, we spread peace, love, and positive energy, and I hope that you spread it as well. Pass it along, pass it forward. GMS fam, tap into the live chat. Let me know that you are in here. Shout out your city. Where are you from? Let's get it, man. Nolan Powers, I see you. JR, my guy. Illmatic, Glow. Gabriel Proctor, what's going on? He said GMS, a.k.a. Huey Freedom. Huey Freedom. You mean Freeman? Spitting the knowledge. Hey, appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, Gabriel. Shout out to you, Stanley Horton, man. Justin Furlow, Robert Thomas. All right, y'all, let's get to it. So, to start this off, Toke Champs is in the building. We got to speak about the obvious. So I have been talking about this and covering this back and forth as well as other channels, and it just has not stopped yet. The back and forth between Corey Holcomb and Mr. Dr. Boyce Watkins has spilled over into the 5150 show once again for the third week in a row. And this is because of the continuation of not realizing what is actually happening in these back and forths, in this bullshit that's happening. See, I don't have to go through the whole story again. I don't have to fully explain it all. Just go do your due diligence and surf through YouTube to find out. All you need to know is that Boyce Watkins started something that he could not finish, and it just kind of exposed him for being somebody who was in denial. Now, when we talked about this, we brought up the video of his proposal to his now wife, and it seems as though a lot more people agree with how they perceive the reaction of her, except for Boyce. Everybody seems to be like, damn, that does not look like it was, she really wanted to say yes to that proposal. And the only person that was like, no, I'm going to make this about black men getting on one knee and proposing to their woman and loving their woman and caring about their kids, when a nigga didn't say shit about that at all. He didn't say anything about that at all. What he said was, look at her reaction. See, Corey didn't have to say much because people saw the video for themselves. It's the motherfuckers that try to over-explain shit where you know it's a little off or they not too confident in how they feel. What up, Do Better Podcast in the building, man? Now, I need y'all to hear where he went next, because this was something that he did not display. He just talked about it. But I went and found a picture a couple weeks ago, and I was like, oh, this is the type of shit they was talking about. Because people kept saying, yo, you see that picture of Boyce Watkins' wife looking at Willie D? And I was like, no, I haven't seen that. And when I found it, I was like, oh, my God, no. It ruined it. It ruined any chance of any explanation of any sort. Because, you know, he had to go to his wife. He asked his wife. And this is something that I don't think he should have did anyway, because it just showed his insecurity, and it showed that there was a little bit of truth to what was being said. But he asked his wife, yeah, you know, people are talking about the way that you reacted to the proposal. Is there something behind that, or is there something that you want to? And he kind of made it seem like she brushed it off or laughed it off like it wasn't shit. But
Boyce Watkins.
Yeah.
I want to start the show out this week by showing yet another
Oh no! Wait, I've never. Are you?
form of disrespect.
Finish him.
This is a wedding day photo, I believe.
Oh, my Lord.
It is quite shameful, Mr. Watkins. Your problems
That's
mount.
terrible.
Have you ever seen this picture, D?
No, I have not.
What about
Honest
you,
to
Martin?
God. Honest to God.
This one worse than the last one.
Yeah.
This is the man's wedding day.
Who's the guy? Who's the fella?
Okay,
That's all Willie D.
Boyce is the one looking goofy,
I can't see. It's cut off from here.
and my brother Willie D
Oh, there you go. Oh yeah. Oh.
she was.
is the one she looking like, why couldn't it be you?
Oh my God, that is horrible. That is horrible. This picture looks so bad. It looks so bad, not just because of the fact that she's looking at Willie D like that, biting her bottom lip, but she's also closer to Willie D than she is her newlywed husband. I mean, even if you take a picture off guard and niggas wasn't ready, there's no way that you could have captured this moment. There's no way that this was like, there's no way. Because how do you even accidentally look like that? Was she getting ready to say, what the fuck was she? What the fuck was she about to say? Can somebody give me a word that start with F that's appropriate that she may have possibly was getting ready to say before the picture was taken, to try to justify this, to try to make Boyce feel a little better about this picture? Because I know he saw it. And look at how Boyce is smiling, like everything is good. He's like, yes, I'm newly married. I got the woman of my dreams. She didn't really say yes to me. She kind of was like, oh, Boyce, oh gosh.
But look at that. We still tied the knot.
I know Boyce doesn't talk like that, but that's what I hear whenever I hear him talk, because it's more entertaining to hear that than just his regular voice speaking on a regular, you know. If you ever listen to Boyce Watkins talk again, just I want you to hear my voice the way that I perceive him when I listen to him.
Yeah, so Corey Holcomb, he had a problem with the way that I got down on my knees and proposed to my wife. And I think that is just a projection of black men who hate black women.
That's what you sound like when you change the narrative. Now, let's hear a little bit more.
That's terrible. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be loud.
If you was a random person and you looked at this picture, you would think Willie D would be the one marrying her. He's the one walking her down the aisle.
Willie D looking at her like, no, bitch, go up there and get married to this man.
Oh, my God.
Hey,
Do you see Boyce Watkins' face?
yeah. It looks,
Super simp face ass. This is ridiculous, dog.
he looked like the daddy walking her down the aisle.
Damn.
Yeah, that's what we want to keep saying, but I got too many body language photos just like this.
He said you sound like the professor off The Simpsons.
Glohaven.
Ain't that what that nigga say? I swear that's his slogan.
Glohaven.
Nigga, that's Dr. Boyce Watkins now. That's his voice now. There, he can't be the professor. That's Boyce Watkins' voice from now on. Whenever you hear that man talk, I want you to hear that.
Corey Holcomb is a clown comedian who talks about people who love their wives and love their stepchildren very much like their own.
Catch it in a hot second, so I'm just
Glohaven.
You giving him the benefit of the doubt.
playing devil's advocate too.
On your wedding day, you gonna be looking at another man like that, D?
It could be a hot, quick second. She could have said,
That means yes.
No.
You get down like she get down.
Picture. No, I would never do that to my guy.
Listen, bro. Listen.
Speaking of impressions, I want to show y'all something, because something happened earlier today, and I wanna post it, or I want to show it to y'all. Don't let me forget. I called in today to the Improper Improv show with Queen's Flip and Joe Budden. Joe Budden was not there, but that nigga Shampoo was there, and I called in just to talk to Shammy. And I want y'all to see that. Don't let me forget it, all right? I'm going to play it a little later.
Listen, bro. I want to talk to Mr. Watkins and let him know that even though you made a mistake and threw a match at a flamethrower with Corey Holcomb, I'm not mad at you. But somebody has to explain this shit right here, all right?
Oh,
Look at how, boys, you see how Willie D's suit fit them? That's how yours supposed to fit on your wedding day. You look off the rack like a motherfucker. You and Marcus got the most fucked up suits in the business.
Motherfucker.
If Marcus, this wasn't the 4th of July, Marcus would have on a suit that fit him just like that.
No, you
Do
got
you
that.
see this shit, man?
Fuck you, man.
Get a tailor, man. Why you got, oh my.
You got a jumpsuit and a fedora on right now, man. What you talking about?
I'm a weirdo.
Really, honestly, you'll figure this out maybe one day. That to fashion, you could do whatever the hell you want. You know.
To fashion.
You just be prepared to get scrutinized, but who cares? If you don't care, do what you want.
Back on this pity mission, I heard this week the brother said about his wife,
Okay.
look at this picture of her. Do you know how many Italian men want my wife? That's when I really felt sorry for him. I was like, maybe he really don't get it. Why would you say, do you know how many Italian men want my wife?
I don't quite remember that specifically. Maybe he said that, or maybe Corey heard it differently. But what I heard when Boyce was talking about his wife was, do you know how many ball players have messaged her that she's turned down? Do you know how many street guys, drug dealers with gold chains and BMWs? That's what I heard. He was bragging about the women that his wife apparently turned down, or the men that his wife turned down. And Yeah, then I call cap on that. I call big cap on that. Because first of all, no woman is finna just show you her DMs. Second of all, I mean, unless you ask. And second of all, nigga, motherfuckers go hit anything. Look at Zion Williamson. Motherfuckers is in the 100 millions, and you see who he impregnated. So that's not. It's not about the looks, and it's not about who she turned down. Niggas will hit anything. What the fuck?
That means he want his wife to get smashed by Italian.
That's what I was just gonna say. He put
That's
the
what he
value.
said.
He put value in the Italian men.
He said Italian and Asian men too, I think.
That's what he look up
I
to.
did not
He
hear
want
that
them to
part.
be like,
A little something, something, because that sounds
he wasn't
I think Corey trying to play his game and twist the narrative as well.
drunk.
He wants touche, motherfucker.
just don't
Motherfucking Top Hat Jones.
know how to
Nigga look like he finna throw his hat off and do a fatality off motherfucking Mortal Kombat and
talk. Mr. Watkins, you should stop talking. Every time you talk, you lose more and more credibility, man. Like, it's a lot of people who perpetrate like they smart. But then when you listen to them talk, you be like, oh, this is stupid, motherfucker.
Man,
I ain't even mad at him no more, man. The man need help mentally. He is hurting. Hey, boys, I've been in relationships with women that didn't treat me worth a shit also.
Oh,
But
man.
you know what? I'm an OG now. I ain't finna motherfucking be stuck up in no fucked up shit. But you late in life stepping into this. Look at that. Oh my God. I actually feel bad for you. The man said everybody calling him a simp for the wrong reason, and I know he was doing it on purpose. I got a woman that adore me, that got my back, and I would get down on one knee in front of the world for her.
if you ain't have gout,
If I didn't have gout, like Marcus said. But I'm saying, like, getting on one knee for a woman that you love don't make you a simp. Getting on one knee for somebody who came back out the streets like Forrest Gump girl did, that's what's simpish about what you did.
I don't know if he lost track of his mindset or what he was about to say. I get part of that, but the bigger thing of it all, because I did mention that, I was like, boy, this is how Boyce was trying to twist the narrative. Boyce was like, oh, they calling me a simp and they calling me this and that because I got down on one knee and I proposed to the woman I love, a black woman, and these are black men that hate black women and they don't believe in loving your woman and being with one woman and taking care of your kids and all this other shit. He turned it into a whole different thing when it was never about that. And I made the correlation because Corey has been married before, which means Corey most likely had to get down on one knee and propose to his previous wife. So it wasn't about that. It was about the fact that you got down on one knee, started boo-hooing, gave a ring to a woman that didn't even say yes. She said, oh, you are something else. She said, you're something else. I've never heard that in my life. I have never heard you are something else in response to being proposed to. That was a woman that was not ready to marry that man or possibly didn't want to. And just because they're still together today does not mean anything. Niggas get divorced every day, B. Niggas be faking it every day, B. Niggas be getting married for security every day, B. A lot of people think that their situations are more special because they can try to look down on other people's situations. Like, he can look at Corey and be like, oh, this is a guy that has problems with women and who has this idea of most women in society, and he's clearly single and he clearly is miserable and he has to do this and that to maneuver through the world, and I don't have to associate myself with those type of women because I have mine. I have my dream girl, and I only associate with women that have values and all this other shit. What is all that gonna mean? Appreciate you, brother. What is all that gonna mean when problems ensue in the relationship? What is that gonna mean? What is that gonna do? What is everything that you just said gonna do for your situation if that time comes? Now, I'm not trying to wish bad on his relationship or try to be like, y'all ain't gonna last, but coming to the realization of the situation is, in my opinion, intelligent. And as a person that tries to scream intelligence all the fucking time and says that his platform is for intelligent black individuals, he should be able to confront the obvious instead of twisting narratives and trying to use his intelligence to try to make another black man look like a horrible person when he, in fact, was the one that started everything. Now, of course, there was more said, but you should probably go and check that out over on the 5150 show so that you can enjoy that on your own and see what you need to see and hear what you need to hear. But the last thing that I do want to talk about is this, because as we talk about certain people who Corey doesn't like, as you all may have heard, ESPN went on a straight clean out mission. They got rid of 20 employees. ESPN said, you know what? We need to revamp. We need to get this money up. We need to be able to pay the people we want to pay and be able to get the people in here that we want in here. So they did a mass layoff, and that included a couple big names, including Jeff Van Gundy, Jalen Rose, Keyshawn Johnson, Max Kellerman, and a lot more. Corey heard about this, and he had his opinion on that. It's also his opinion that he has always been having on Stephen A. Smith and also Malika Andrews. Y'all need to hear this. Listen up.
Since Disney took over, that they knew that they were going to do all these cost-cutting measures. So, and they said there's more to come. So, because they said,
look, we know the people who got cut. The Malika Andrews didn't get cut because she does the dirty work for the network. She talks about black men. Stephen A. still there because he willing to do whatever. And everybody who Stephen A. wanted is still there. Why they ain't get rid of Molly? What does she bring to anything? Besides pussy to work.
poor Jalen, poor Keyshawn Johnson, my lord.
Damn, they did.
Damn, Joe Blast.
That many brothers?
God damn.
They said 20
20
on-air.
brothers?
20, no, not brothers, but 20 on-air personalities.
How many was them? How many of them was brothers?
I don't know, but I know Jalen and Keyshawn were in that mix. Oh, it's
Got
terrible.
my ticket for the shot.
I'm glad Keyshawn lasted as long as he lasts. Because Keyshawn, it's so hard for him to smile with mother. Like, he looked through mother. It's like, I'll beat your ass. I'm for real. Like, Keyshawn, goddammit. I was shocked they had him that long. Jalen Rose, you know, I root for Jalen Rose.
Yeah,
I think he a good person. But, nah, dog, you ain't on the Molly squad no more. They ain't with
That's
you, G.
messed up. Oh.
They ain't with you, G. I'm telling you. If they wanted you to be there, you'd have been there. If he
The
was
Molly
on they
squad.
then he would have still been there.
Hold on, wait a minute. So they both was on air?
Yeah, they both was on air. That's where they met. Jalen Rose, 6'8". Came through. It was exciting at first.
Oh,
He didn't conform
Kim
into what she
Kardashian
wanted him to
looking
be.
at ball.
And then it didn't work. And I just don't want to talk shit about it, but I'm like, them ain't your people, homie. Them people, man, Stephen A. Smith got a little more juice
know
up there
Joseph
at
Butler, they're not poor.
ESPN. And if he wanted him to be there,
That's for sure.
he'll be there.
So they already done replaced him? Or they just
No, I think
cut the
they're
shows?
cutting.
Dog,
yeah,
it
they're
ain't
cutting
shit
a
on
lot of people.
ESPN right now. See,
Yeah.
when black people ain't playing basketball and football, ratings go down anyway. All that sucker shit. Baseball is sucker shit. Baseball is
baseball.
more
I love it.
exciting during the playoffs. But to sit through a baseball game, that shit ain't nothing. It ain't enough excitement.
It's
throwing
not
the
fast
ball.
enough to commentate for it. It's not
Yeah,
fast
it's
enough.
throwing the ball. Them people commentating on baseball be talking about all kind of shit.
Yep, popcorn and the
They be like,
the organ player.
The podcast guy, he let his girl get a BBC. He got to do something to get people excited.
I love
And that's what
baseball, though.
ESPN
Oh my
needs to do.
God.
They need to hire exciting people
Yeah.
so people can look forward to watching ESPN. You got a whole network of people you want to control. You got the little young bitch, Malika Andrews, checking about basketball. How in the can you even quantify that? This bitch is checking basketball players about basketball.
Now, we all know how he feels about Malika Andrews, also Stephen A. Smith, somebody who actually what everybody was assuming was that his job was safe and secure, but he also came out during the week to say yeah, no, my job could be in jeopardy as well. And it had people thinking, what did he mean by that, or why was he assuming that? But he came out and said so. So I mean, I don't know if that was a way to just kind of be controversial and bring people back, or not back, but bring more people to the show, or build the audience for the week with controversy to see what Stephen A. Smith has to say about the ESPN shit. But I'm gonna play for y'all what he had to say real quick, just to get it in context.
ESPN laid off about 20 members of its on-air talent. Friends of mine, actually. Definitely respected colleagues who've done a phenomenal job and deserved better. They deserved better than the times we're living in. To see Jalen Rose gone, my brother, got a lot of love for that brother. A lot of the great work he's done over the years, what he's represented for the company. He is a brilliant, brilliant basketball mind. He is somebody that worked his ass off all the time. Jeff Van Gundy's another outstanding, brilliant basketball analyst for ESPN for years. I could say I'm going to miss him, but I just can't imagine he's going to be out of work for long. I'm sure I'll see him on the air doing his thing. Jeff Van Gundy's been a Hall of Fame analyst and commentator. Neil Everett from SportsCenter, Ashley Brewer from SportsCenter, my brother Keyshawn Johnson, my brother. We've been friends for over 20 years. I'm sad to see him go. What he's done for my life, just being a big brother and a friend of me, I love him to death. David Pollack, outstanding college football analyst, love him. Todd McShay, college football analyst extraordinaire, especially for the NFL draft. And I don't want to mention everybody because I don't want to forget anybody's name. But those names certainly come to mind.
Now, that's a good send-off, right? He showed some love. He showed some respect. We got to give it to him in that regard. But I do think Stephen A. is kind of doing a little bit of acting in this situation, because we all know ESPN isn't just going to get rid of Stephen A. Smith like that. Somebody who, just because he isn't making the most money on the platform, doesn't mean he doesn't bring the most influence. And even though money is just as important, the influence to bring people to the platform is a lot more important to the company, because that is what continues to bring the dollars. Now, Stephen A. also has something to say for the haters, and I want y'all to hear that as well. Listen to this.
Let me address something to some of the haters out there about me. Y'all can kiss my ass. Twice. I'm talking directly to the people in the industry who sat up there and said, why isn't Stephen A. gone? Ladies and gentlemen, we got a few people at ESPN getting paid more than me. They don't have the number one show. They don't have the top ratings. They don't generate more revenue. How come y'all didn't bring their names up? And by the way, none of them are black. How come you didn't bring their names up? I wonder why. I'm talking to those folks, the critics in the media, or the wannabe medias with the blogosphere and the websites that never went through the terrain of being official members of the Fourth Estate. I'm talking about them. How come y'all didn't bring them up? But me, who's been number one, who's got the top-rated show, who, by the way, is an executive producer on that top-rated show, my name comes up. Let me address.
Now, Stephen A. loves to play that role when it suits him and how he feels, knowing damn well there is a disconnect between him and a good part of the black community. I'm not saying he doesn't have black fans or people that support him that are black, but we all know that there is a large demographic of black people who feel a certain type of way about Stephen A. Smith. So if he saw people talking about him or talking about his job or trying to be like, yeah, he deserves to be X the fuck out, or he needs to be fired due to just the fact they don't like him, he shouldn't be surprised about that. You talking about why they didn't bring up other people who weren't black? That's because it was most likely black people talking about you. Stephen A. doesn't really understand that, and I know he tries to be like he's on the defense every time the subject comes up of him doing something that seems anti-black. He seems confused instead of trying to correct the problem. He seems to think that what he's doing, there's no problem with it when it comes to his company, so why would anybody else, the viewers, feel like there's a problem? News flash. Your company is not owned by people that look like you. So, of course, they don't see a problem with the way you approach situations, especially after the first time you got fired and they brought you back to make you apologize. They made sure that you knew what you could and could not talk about and who you needed to be for and who you needed to be against. But that's another conversation for another damn day. Now, moving forward, because we have other topics to talk about, let me first and foremost show y'all. Now, I told y'all earlier, I said there was an impression that happened. And if you guys know, over the past couple weeks or over the past month, Corey Holcomb has got into it with the Shammy guy. And it almost turned into a 5150 versus Joe Budden podcast thing, but it did not turn into that because there was no back and forth after Corey said what he had to say in response to those guys bringing him up. Now, I don't know why they decided to leave it alone or why they haven't brought it up or why they are actively ignoring it, because they for sure heard about it. But that's another conversation that we should have later on. But I saw a lot of people in the comments asking, bring up Corey Holcomb, respond to Corey Holcomb. Why aren't y'all talking about Corey Holcomb? Did you see what Corey Holcomb said? Even Chig Smooth, shout out to Chig Smooth. Even Chig's in the comments. You gonna respond to Corey? What are y'all gonna say? Y'all just gonna let it fly? Y'all just gonna let it pass? All right, cool. So what they normally do on this show, on Improper Improv on Wednesdays, is open up the phone lines for the people that want to call in. Now, a couple weeks ago, I was able to get through the line and speak and say, say whatever, have some laughs or whatever. This time, I wanted to call in so I could talk to Shammy. And this is what happened.
This is the
He's white?
government.
Hey,
no,
yo,
right.
it's Shammy. It's Shammy's twin brother. What's going on? How you guys doing today over there at the Joe Budden podcast?
That's how I talk. I'll kill myself.
He said that's how I talk. Like he don't know that's how you talk. How don't you know you talk like that? What the fuck? If I talk like that, I kill myself. That's how you talk. That's how you talk. Sammy, it's how you sitting there talking like this. This is how you talk. Hey, you trying to deny how you spit game?
He's white?
Government.
Hey,
no,
yo,
right.
it's Shammy. It's Shammy's twin brother. What's going on? How you guys doing today over there at the Joe Budden podcast?
That's how I talk. I'll kill myself. It should be some wisdom mixed in there.
Nigga said there should be some wisdom mixed up in there. He should have said something smart. You're not talking like me if you ain't intellectual. I'm just fucking with you, Shammy, man. It's fun, man. It's all fun and games, man. I'm just having a good time, man. I am just having a good time. It's no hate. It's none of that, man. I'm just a motherfucker that know how to do good impressions and sound like other people. So I hope you don't take it to heart. Anyway, speaking of taking things to heart, we got to talk about this blasphemous bitch here by the name of Tasha K. So now, Tasha K clearly hasn't learned from messing with Cardi B and her family. And now she's moving on to bigger fish, apparently. Bigger fish being Beyonce and her child. And Jay-Z's child by the name of Blue Ivy. Now, if you guys didn't know, Beyonce is currently on tour right now, a world tour for one of her albums. And she has been letting her daughter go on stage and dance during the concert. She's part of the show. She's part of the set. Now, while you have many people showing love and being like, wow, that's dope to see. You know what I'm saying? Of course, your mom is Beyonce. Go ahead and showcase your talents or go ahead and just and be involved in this shit. It's like it's a memory that she'll hold on to forever, regardless if she stays into, the business of doing entertainment or music or if she doesn't. You know what I'm saying? It's something that she did with her mom that she'll remember forever. And I think it's just something dope, whether you like it or not. Of course, the biggest hater in the world, Tasha K, had to come out and have a problem with it. And this is what she had to say right here.
Enough, she went on to tell the publication that she's super proud seeing Blue Ivy perform with her mom. Now, I can't help, that's a little bit of shade, okay? Because everybody knows Blue Ivy was very stiff up there. I said, Beyonce just gonna tell this girl that she got it. We've seen 13-year-old girls from the hood out dancing hula hoop, huh? I like Blue Ivy. I think she's beautiful. I think she's gonna be a model. Her mama already has her life being set up, but her mama has to be honest with her and tell her the truth. I need Beyonce to take a day trip back down to Houston. I need her to take a trip to the projects. All right, her local rec center, local Boys and Girls Club. Leave Blue Ivy down there for 1 week, and let's see if she's able to loosen up. Okay.
Imagine being a grown-ass woman. Imagine being a grown-ass woman and you have a problem with an 11-year-old girl dancing on stage with her mom. Now, I know people have their issues with the Carter Knowles family. That's neither here nor there. We're talking about something specific. An 11-year-old child who is being talked about by a grown-ass woman who still owes $4 million to another entity. And and the reason why I'm talking about this for real, and I don't mean to sound like a conspiracy theorist, but it's money aside and power aside, those Carter Knowles don't seem too earthly. They don't seem too godly. It's not the path that I would imagine for myself to go down, regardless of how I feel about anything. Now, I know y'all may not have paid attention, but it seems like everybody who has had something to say about the Carters and the Knowles, Jay-Z and Beyonce, have ended up shutting the fuck up without any type of media attention or any type of public known legal disputes, anything like that. They just simply shut the fuck up. And I think we might see the same thing happen on this side as well. We're not going to see any news stories. We're not going to see any court documents. We're not going to see anything like that. We're not even going to hear a story about them approaching her or contacting her. We are just going to simply see her shut the fuck up. And I've been seeing this constantly happen over the years when people try to talk down on Jay-Z and Beyonce. This is not me being a Jay-Z and Beyonce fan. I'm not part of the Beehive. I'm not part of the Jigga clan. I'm just noticing a pattern. And I'm also not assuming any illegal activity either. Don't y'all send nobody my way. I'm just saying a lot of these motherfuckers, especially people like Tasha K, get herself in a situation where because she has a fan base, because she has people that support her, because she has people that will continuously tell her she's right and that she's making a point, she will think that she is doing something right or that she's doing something good or that it doesn't matter what anybody else's opinion is who disagree with what she's doing. She has people that support her. And that's the type of mentality where you will drive yourself into a hole of darkness because you're not driven or you're not motivated by how you feel or what you really think. You're motivated by what the people want you to say and how the people want you to perceive yourself on this internet. They want you to play that character, that wino, whatever the fuck you call your fucking listeners. She even doubled down. Listen to this.
And if you put your daughter on stage and she interrupted my entertainment, I'm a motherfucking say something because at the end of the day, I'm a patron of this here motherfucking show. Where's Ashley? Ashley should have been working with her before she got on stage. Where the hell Ashley at? Yeah, she a child, but at the same time, for those
anybody that says shit like that, you know they're a horrible person. Anybody that says that line right there, yes, I know they're a child, but it should stay right there at yes, I know they're a child. That's where it should stay. You are a grown ass. Matter of fact, all right. I just want to say one thing. Okay, Tasha K got some big old titties. All right. But it don't help when you walk around looking like TK Kirkland in the face.
She got on stage. Where the hell Ashley at? Yeah, she a child, but at the same time, for those of y'all that was in cheerleading camp and dance camp, hula hoop camp, color guard, you got cussed out by your instructors too. And she bringing her.
Y'all know she look like TK Kirkland with titties. Don't sit up here and try to make me look crazy or try to act like I'm wrong. All right? Y'all know y'all see that nigga.
Into a world where people are not going to be as nice. And
You don't
if
believe
you
me?
put her on something like I said that I'm paying for, she need to.
You
break it
niggas
down.
don't believe me?
Ain't nobody telling her to bend over and shake her ass. I'm just.
You niggas don't believe me? All right. What about this? What about this, huh? She dressed up as a man recently. And look who she looks like. A legendary comedian by the name of TK fucking Kirkland. Jesus. All right, anyway. Back to this.
Just asking her, oil her up. Put some baby oil on her. Shit. I ain't say nothing bad about that little girl. And if I did say something, what the fuck you gonna do about it? Not a motherfucking thing. Bees all you want a motherfucking bee.
This is like the Chappelle skit when keeping it real goes wrong. Isn't it? Like this sounds exactly like that skit. Somebody going off, somebody talking shit, somebody doing all this extra shit because they think that they the shit. They think that they confident enough to take on whatever challenge comes their way until you actually come face to face with the problem. Then all hell breaks loose. Now I know that family is way too busy to be dealing with petty motherfuckers talking about them because there's been so many people that have talked about these people in the past. Like I said, they all shut the fuck up at some point. But yet they still, said they shit, got their shit off whenever they did. I'm just saying there's a pattern, and I'm pretty sure in the next couple weeks, maybe a month, we'll see a change in her actions. Now, fuck Tasha K. We're going to move on from her. I don't really want to stay too long on her. It's like people like her and people like Cynthia G, who I despise so much. Like people that just go and just say random shit and talk shit for no fucking reason because they're miserable. It's miserable human beings who just have something traumatic or something horrible happen in their life, so they have to go ahead and project all their negative energy onto other people and get themselves in situations where they have to pay $4 million and have to bring that shit to Africa because you a dumb bitch. Now, another person who is also a stupid human being who for some reason has a very large following and makes a lot of money off of appearing on the internet is this guy by the name of Sneako. Now, Sneako has been banned from different platforms, YouTube included, so I wonder how they're going to deal with me talking about this guy or even showing this guy for the 50 seconds that I'm about to show him. But this clip has started making its rounds on Twitter because he mentioned something about black culture. And as you can see, the headline to his tweet that he posted on his own Twitter account saying black culture is mind control. See, here's the thing. Black people have continuously called out the negatives in the culture. There's never been a time ever in life that I have not seen a black person call out the fuckery in the culture, right? But see, the thing about calling out the fuckery in the culture is when we talk about it, we don't just make it exclusively about all black people. We make it exclusively for that side of the culture, for the people who participate in that culture. And when you participate in it, it means you're either the artist or the producer or the engineer or the nigga that signed them or the motherfuckers that consume the music and share it. But it's a certain demographic of black people. It's not all black people. So when you say black culture and only attribute black culture to music, that's where you already started off wrong because you minimized an entire culture of an entire people and minimalized it to just music. So this is what he said when it comes to black culture.
When I said black culture promotes degeneracy, that's something that everybody knows. Like, you listen to any rap music, like Durk, I listen to Lil Durk all the time. He's rapping about murder all the time. He knows that will sell more music. He knows that rap beef and like, I'm gonna kill you, you're gonna kill me. Bro, you're 29 with kids, still talking about like killing other people and you're gonna risk your life over music? Like everything that hip hop promotes, besides Ye and besides a few like, Christian rap or stuff like that, it's all just drugs, murder, bitches. When a black person becomes more affluent, when they put on a suit, when they get a good job, when they speak correctly, you're speaking white. Yo, why are you talking like a white boy? I'm just speaking English properly. When they talk about keeping black culture black in those affluent areas, they mean they want a doctor who's also sagging. They want a doctor who's still banging and throwing up signs.
I agree that there's a lot of stuff within hip hop culture that is kind of negative, for sure.
All of it.
All
of it. Like,
it really.
So here we have two non-black individuals talking about black culture and what's negative about it, meaning all of it. Where we have to sit and have this is the crazy part, man. I keep bringing this back up because it stood out to me. It was so baffling to hear the words of dangerous rhetoric, harmful and dangerous rhetoric. That's what they were saying. This is what they were saying during the time where Kyrie Irving made a tweet about a documentary on Amazon, or when Kanye was on so-and-so's platform talking about Jewish people. All we heard about was dangerous and harmful rhetoric. This is dangerous and harmful rhetoric. This is the type of stuff that gets Jewish people hurt on a daily basis. This is the type of stuff that breeds for a new Holocaust. Yet we continuously, every single fucking day, have somebody talking about the entire black community in a negative way and making it seem like all we can be is negative. What do you think people are going to think of all black people when you categorize all black people? And on top of that, when there's no consequences for talking about all black people. This is what I'm saying. And then to bring up the artists, because this is the thing, they'll bring up these artists and like these artists and listen to these artists, but then have this negative outlook on the entire culture. So it's okay to consume the music. It's okay to participate in concerts. It's okay to buy the merch. It's okay to share this shit with the world. But it all stops when you start seeing it actually go into the community and people actually acting out the things that they rap or hear in rap songs. To limit us to one thing, knowing damn well we push the culture in multiple ways and multiple cultures, is ignorant, and it's some bitch shit. And Sneako really is a bitch nigga. Like if you ever took the time to listen to him, he's literally, it's a lot of niggas like him. For some reason, this generation has accepted the bitch ass nigga that will sit up here and be afraid in real life, be scared in real life, scary, wouldn't bust a grape or a seed, but will be on the internet and amass so much when it comes to fans and money that now they feel protected. Now they feel like, okay, now I can talk my shit. We seen it with a lot of people. We seen it with a lot of people just like this guy. These guys are cowards in real life. Bitch made in real life. That's why they feel so comfortable to say these type of things on the internet. The internet has been a safe haven for hoe ass niggas. And that's a fact. I'm telling you right now, anything I ever say on this platform, I will say in real life. Anything I've said about anybody on this platform, I would say to anybody in real life. I'm not out here pushing a narrative or pushing pushing an image of myself like I'm some big bad nigga that walks around talking shit about everybody. Couldn't be me. I don't attract that type of energy. If anybody, if I've said anything about anybody and they felt some type of way about it or felt like I was being negative or felt like I was coming at them sideways, I'll say that I'll stand on what the fuck I said about you. to your face. A lot of these niggas won't. It's these guys right here, man. They get the most views. They get the most attention because they're out here trying to. They're out here encouraging like-minded individuals. The scary little nigga that's behind the screen that don't know how to take up for himself. Those are these niggas' fan bases. The Sneakos, the Fresh and Fits, the fucking Andrew Tates, the academics. They feed the egos of cowardly motherfucking niggas that will never do anything in real life to anybody or stand up for themselves. It's sick. I remember, the fact that I know these things and that I think this way helps me not get too bothered by the shit that they say. You see, I don't mention these niggas a lot. I don't talk about these niggas like that. When have you ever heard me talk about Sneako? When do you hear me talk about Fresh and Fit? When do you hear me talk about any of these niggas? It's just when you start moving, this is what they start doing. Once they start, they'll say some shit, get some backlash for it, because that's how they maintain their platform. Then once that shit dies down, they try to find a new lane. The easiest target is black culture. That's an easy target because they know they're going to get backlash by the thousands. They know that it's going to get a lot of traction because to them, in their mind, oh, black people are sensitive. They can't hear about themselves. No, it's that you motherfuckers involuntarily bring black people up for some views and for some clicks and just to shit on them because you want a reaction. Then you try to call niggas sensitive when they call you out on it or try to tell you about yourself. Unprovoked, these motherfuckers sit on these platforms and talk crazy about black people, then try to turn around and act like it's us. It's crazy. It's crazy. But fuck Sneako, man. We ain't gonna spend too much time on Sneako. He's a bitch ass nigga. He ain't got no. He ain't got nothing important for me to talk about other than the fact that the nigga looks like a fucking bitch ass nigga. Now, one last thing before we get up out of here, man. Now, I made a video about this, but I took it down because I wanted to speak on it myself in show form. Now, Michael Jordan has finally responded to his son dating his ex-teammate's baby mom, Larsa Pippen. Now, Marcus Jordan and Larsa Pippen have been dating for some time now. I remember when the rumors sparked, they tried to lie and act like that wasn't it, or they were just hanging out because that's what happens. When in reality, we know what it looks like when people are out together on a date or fucking around, opposed to you just being out with somebody you know. Now, Michael Jordan was asked by TMZ, hey, what do you think about your son dating Larsa Pippen? And this is what Michael had to say. Listen closely.
Hey, Mr. Jordan, what do you think about Marcus and Larsa Pippen together? You approve of it?
No.
You don't approve? Pippen together. You approve of it?
No.
You don't approve?
No.
You don't approve?
No.
You don't approve?
No.
You don't approve?
No.
As you can hear, MJ said no. And then he was asked again, oh, you don't approve? He shook his head. Nope. He laughed at the TMZ reporter who asked him, do you approve of your son dating her? He laughed at it. He said, are y'all crazy? Do y'all really think in the real world that this would be something I'm okay with? To even ask me that fucking question? Now, I know it's your job. You got to get the story. You got to get the scoop. But come on, man. A lot of you niggas is dumb. Now, if y'all don't remember, a couple months back, this lying-ass bitch, Larsa Pippen, sat down with Tamron Hall, where Tamron asked her a slew of questions about her dating Marcus Jordan. And when she was asked if she had the approval and the blessing of Michael and Juanita Jordan, she said yes. Listen here. If it'll play. I hope this bitch ain't trying to scrap the video from the internet and be like, oh, I never said that. Come on. Y'all gonna give it up like that? Y'all really gonna do it like that? Y'all gonna do a brother like that? This how y'all do me? This how y'all do me? Y'all wanna play the motherfucking, y'all wanna play the audio? Huh? You're trying to do me bad out here, B? All right, here we go.
Oh, we're live. This is our first time meeting.
We're in a really good place.
Yeah. How do you describe it?
I feel like a lot of people think that we've known each other our whole lives, which we have not.
Well, he's 16 years younger, so that's in September. At the time, you said you guys were just friends, and then it was revealed when you said on Valentine's Day that he was your forever Valentine. Are you guys in love?
I think so.
Are you guys in love? I think so. How the fuck you posting up a picture with you two talking about my forever Valentine and you don't know if you in love with this nigga? Like, weirdness aside that you this nigga's play auntie because of the connection between his father and your baby dad, how do you post my forever Valentine and you not even sure if you love this nigga?
We're in a really good place.
Yeah. How do you describe it?
I feel like a lot of people think that we've known each other our whole lives, which we have not.
Well, he's 16
Yes,
years
you
younger, so
have.
that's not possible.
Yeah.
So
You yes the fuck you have. What are you talking about? Yes the fuck you have. How she lie that hard? People think we've known each other our whole lives. Yeah, you have. The fuck?
Yeah. Well, I feel like we literally just met at a party 4 years ago.
Oh, really?
And we were just friends.
because we all lived in Chicago. And
Yeah.
When did you meet him?
4 years ago.
4 years. Where?
At a party. At a party. Like an LA party.
Put the caps in the goddamn chat. Please. Please, please, please put the caps in the chat. No, this bitch is not sitting here lying this hard. I just met him 4 years ago at a party in LA. Huh. I think I can I think this is working. I think my story is being believed.
Did you know who he was at the time?
Well, yeah, we have a lot of mutual friends. And so we're kind of...
You mean we have a lot of mutual friends, meaning my baby dad used to play on the same team as his father, and he knows my sons and my daughters. I know his brothers. I know Michael. I know his mother. Yeah, we have mutual friends. Goofy, what the fuck is wrong with her?
in the same circle, so we've been around each other for like the last 4 years.
So you're at a party, and did someone introduce you? How did you connect?
Yeah, we were at a party, and they were like, "Oh, you know Marcus."
Nah, y'all gotta see her face,
like,
man.
Oh, hey. And
I don't.
so we
I don't
became
care.
friends.
I don't care if YouTube fucks with me on this video for playing this. I don't give a shit. Y'all gotta see her face, man. Because one thing I pay attention to is facial expressions, body language, all that shit. When people be talking, what they doing, if they actually looking you in the eye while they talking, because that is a sign of telling the truth. When people start looking away and shit, it's a problem.
We both kind of grew up from, we're both from Chicago. So I feel like we have a lot in common, like a lot of common ground, like.
Even with the age difference, and I don't say that, I don't want to say it flippantly, because age difference, men get, able to date people 30 years younger in some cases without judgment. He's 16 years younger. Other than the Bulls, like, what do you have in common?
We have everything in common.
Really?
Well, I've dated guys that were a lot older than me. Scotty is 10 years older than me.
Scotty's 10 years older than you.
Yeah, so I don't really view age as, you're mature, you're not immature. I don't feel like that determines if you're mature or not. Well, I feel like if you can drink at 21, you can go to war at 18. Like, there's different circumstances that I feel like age doesn't really determine your level of maturity.
I think the age for most people, if we're being honest, that's secondary. The bigger thing is where you are a beautiful woman.
Thank you.
And you could date anybody you wanted to.
I don't know about all that, Tamron. Nowadays, when people walk into the plastic surgeon and say, "Hey, can I have the Kim K?" You just a carbon copy, man.
Why would you date Michael Jordan's son, knowing that it's been pretty clear that Scottie Pippen and Michael Jordan didn't have this relationship people thought, and certainly don't have it now. Scottie has come out publicly and said that this documentary that was produced by Michael Jordan made him, he says, I was nothing more than a prop. His best teammate of all time, he called me. He couldn't have been more condescending if he tried.
You know, that's, you know, I can't basically explain how someone else feels. That's
Oh, shut
or
up.
whatever. It's really hard. You get screwed
No,
with each other. We're really happy being together, and I feel like that's
we go-
the most important
look.
thing.
Well, I agree with that. I agree with that. And I understand what you're saying because you are your own people. That said, he has a trophy store dedicated to his father.
It's like a
You
sneakerhead.
posted- yeah, sneaker-
Yeah.
But you guys posted a picture with the number 23 behind
Ditzy
you. There's only
motherfucker.
one number 23.
Right.
You know, God bless, he walks around with those great Jordan shoes. That's his dad on there. So he can't run from who he is.
Right.
Now
And-
listen. I need y'all to listen very closely to how she answers this next question. All right.
When I married my husband, he met my mom. My dad is in heaven, but he met my mom before we got into a full relationship. It's normal for people to ask, how did his mom respond? How did his
They're
dad
fine.
respond?
Everyone's fine.
They're cool with it.
Yeah, everyone. I think like when you're an adult, I think your parents just want to see you happy. You know, my parents want to see me happy. His parents want to see him happy.
So you have their blessing.
Yeah, I feel like we're great. Yeah, I feel like we've spent holidays together, and it's good. We're
Let me just run that back 1 second.
My parents want to see me happy. His parents want to see him happy.
So you have their blessing.
Yeah, I feel like we're great. Yeah, I feel like we've spent holidays together, and
So you have their blessing. Yeah. I feel like we're great. I feel like
Marcus and Larsa Pippen together. You approve of it?
No.
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 You don't?
Hey man, somebody capping, and I think it's Larsa. It's a damn shame, man. We all knew that was the case. It's a weird situation. Yo baby dad don't like Michael. You don't like your baby dad. So the best spiteful thing that you can do, because women are just so goddamn spiteful, is to go ahead and lay it down on the son of your baby dad's enemy. Vindictive and downright evil. Then try to mask it behind love when you don't even think you love the nigga. You wasn't even sure how you were supposed to answer that fucking question, you goofy. Listen to this.
I think your parents just want to see you happy. You know, my parents want to see me happy. His parents want to see him happy.
So you have their blessing.
Yeah, I feel like we're great. Yeah, I feel like we've spent holidays
You approve of it?
together, and
No.
it's good.
You don't
We're in a great.
approve of it?
No.
You don't approve?
No.
You approve of it?
No.
You don't?
Come on, man. Quit trying to pull the wool over everybody's eyes, woman. We see what's going on. We see the play. This shit ain't finna last, and it's gonna be awkward and weird. You causing a rift in this man's family. Who knows what type of conversations they done had behind the scenes. Somebody go find Juanita and make sense of all this. Where is Juanita? Damn. Now, like I said, GMS fam, today was a good show. I appreciate everybody. I hope everybody had a great weekend over the 4th. Hope y'all enjoyed yourselves. I hope everybody continues to get to the money this week, get to the bag, get to every single thing that you got on your list of things to do, because you need to, and because you are special. You're special. Now go ahead, take yourself down to the Gohan and VFW. Get yourself a goddamn whiskey, ginger.
Drink that down right there. Go take that beautiful woman over there and fuck her from behind. Yeah, motherfucker. Fuck her from behind. That's what you gotta do these days. Motherfucker. Shout out to y'all, GMS fam. I appreciate y'all. Today was a dope show. Make sure you hit that like button on the way out. Follow me on my socials. I follow everybody back. Hit the Cash App today if you are feeling generous. I most appreciate it. You will be helping out the GMS show in a very special way. We got things we need to do. We got things we need to improve. So if you want to help out the GMS show, you can help out the GMS show by donating to that Cash App and helping seeing us thrive. I appreciate every single one of y'all, man. Get in that comment section when the live is over. Let me know what you thought of today's show, or just put a GMS in that motherfucker, man. It was a good one. Drink some water, man. It's hot out. Get to the bag. I see you, LR Realist, Zen Masters in the building, Sunny Darko, Trey 979, Toke Champs, Podcast in the building, C-Mo, Big Dave, King Lukey is in the building. I see you. Who else pulled up, man? Let me go up a little bit. Glittery Bubbles was in the building. Jacoby Shell was in the building. I see y'all. J.R. Miller, my guy. Who else was in here, man? D Sensei was in the building. C-Mo, Montez Nobles. I see y'all, man. GMS fam, the green room, it's a real one. It's been a real one. I'm going to see y'all Friday for 3G's podcast. Once again, it was such a great episode last week. We're going to bring another one to y'all this week, this Friday, 8 p.m. You don't want to miss it. New things on the way. Much love, man. GMS fam, the green room. Smoke some. We out.